The numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 are written on slips of paper, and 2 slips are drawn at random, one at a time, without replacement. Find the given probabilities. So let's look at the first one. It says, find the probability that the sum of the numbers is 6. Okay, or the probability that the sum of the numbers is 6 is. Okay. And the easiest way to do this problem is actually, let's draw those, let's actually do our sample space. Because remember what probability is. The probability of the event, where we take the number of times what we're looking for happens and divide it by the total sample space. So our total sample space for this particular problem, well, let's see, you could draw a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 3, and a 1 and a 4. Okay, so I'm going to write out the whole sample space. Or we could have a 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, or a 3, 1, 3, 2, because now remember it's without replacement, so if I draw the 3 the first time, then you won't have a 3 to draw. And then the last would be a 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3. So that would be our sample space, which is 12. We have 12. So our sample space, there are 12 different ways we could draw 2 slips of paper without replacement. So the first one, A, is the probability that the sum of the numbers is 6. So let's look at what we have. And where can we have a sum of 6? Well, that would be 2 and 4, 4 and 2. So those are the only 2 where we could have sums of 6. So for A, the probability that the sum is 6, well, it would be 2 out of the total sample space, which is 2 over 12, and then we can reduce that to 1, 6. So that would be my probability. The sum of the numbers is 6. Okay, well, let's look at B. Okay, and actually, let me go ahead and I'm going to change my color, and we'll just do a different color here for this. Okay, so B, it says the sum, we're looking for the probability that the sum is 3 or less. Okay, so let's go back and look at our sample space. So the sum is 3 or less. Well, we have 1 and 3, and 1 and 2, and 2 and 1 equal 3, and those are the only 2 that's going to be 3 or less. So that's 2 over 12, which is 1, 6. So that's the probability that the sum is 3 or less. Okay, now let's look at our last question. And it is, the first number is 2 or, so the probability that the first number is 2 or sum is 5. Sum is 5. Okay, so let's look at all the ones that have the first number of 2. So that would be 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. And then, or sum is 5. So that would be 4, 1, 3, 2, 2, 3. We already had that one circled. Or 1, 4. So that would be all the ones that would fit. First is 2, or the sum is 5. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 12, which is 1/2. So that would be the probability. The first number is 2, or the sum is 5.